Hey, hey, it's Stephanie Ferrara, your Empowered Creativity Coach. So glad you're here today. I get to introduce you to my friend Courtney Stich today. She is the owner of Seaside Creatives. Her goal, she is obsessed with helping entrepreneurs grow their business with crafted content and that connects, attracts, and lights up their audience, combined with Pinterest marketing as a way to get your content out in front of more people and expand your reach. She dives in deep today with us on ways to use Pinterest and why you should be using Pinterest in your business. And I can't wait for you to hear from her. So, hey, Courtney, welcome to the Empowered Creativity Show. I'm so glad you're here. Take a moment, introduce yourself, tell us about your business and the clients that you serve.
Awesome. So, I'm Courtney Stich. I empower online entrepreneurs to grow their brand, expand their reach with beautifully crafted content, SEO focus, as well as visually engaging Pinterest creation. I focus a lot of my attention between the two, so content creation and then developing their Pinterest reach, which of course then just explodes traffic and brings light to their brand. So it's really an exciting place to be. Yeah. It's great.
I love that. And I've really enjoyed recently getting to partake in some of your training and everything and trying to implement those things into my business around how to structure my blog posts and then tie it into Pinterest using, creating those images, all of that, and trying to take it one step at a time.
One step at a time. It's important. Yeah, it's one thing at a time. Absolutely.
So tell us how you got into this business. Like, was there a defining moment, a kind of the catalyst in your life that you were like, I'm going into business for myself? Yes. Tell us about how that happened for you.
Yes. So yes. So I was a teacher. I originally, my calling was to teach, and that's where I put all my energy. I taught for almost 10 years. And then through my third pregnancy, my husband and I decided that we would try to live off of one income. We were seeing the importance of one of us being home more full time. He's a business owner. He has two businesses. He's an entrepreneur as well. So, so we decided to try in 2014, like, let's try this. This is like going to be kind of, I had my tenure as a teacher. I have my master's in education and technology and design. And like, I really was vested in teaching, but I was more vested in my family. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. And coming from someone who's, let me tell you, I've never relied on anyone but myself for income. Like it was a change. It was definitely a change. Although my energy and focus was on our beautiful little boy, our newest addition, it was definitely a change. And so the first year I was home, all my energy and focus was on the three and just kind of moving through everything. And I stumbled upon blog creating. I was like, you know what? I'm doing a lot of hands-on activities, a lot of learning activities. Why don't I post this? Like, I know I can help other people, other moms out there. I have all of this energy in teaching, and now I'm putting it into my kids and creating these awesome activities for kids. So why don't I start a blog and show other people how they can do the same, right? So I started to explore writing right around 2000, end of 2014, 15, like just explore, like, instead of, I was a writing teacher. I have my degree in writing and journalism and all of that, English literature. So I'd already been teaching writing to others. So to actually take on the role of writing was just seamless for me, right? To start up a blog and start content creating. And loved it. I loved it. Started from scratch, like no experience, created my site, was just so messy action, just get it out there. And it was great, right? So stumbled soon enough as I started to research online, I came across a couple of influencers in like the blogging area, took some courses, and content creation had started to grow there. I was hired on. I was blessed enough as soon as I started to blog more and explore more. I was hired on by a few businesses who, took a chance on me as a first writer, right? It was the first time being published by an actual company writer. And it was great. It was a blessing. I was like, this is so great. I can make money doing what I love to do. This is awesome.
So you were writing blogs for others then?
I was doing blogs for myself and for others. I still do content creation for other people. I do content creation all the time for other people as well. Still, I love it. It's one of my first loves, and it's just great. So in the meantime, as I was blogging and creating for myself as well for other businesses, of course, I've been on Pinterest since its inception in 2010, right? Like, I was a Pinterest person from the day it started. I was like, this platform is amazing. I could do this, because being a teacher and being a crafter and being like, and I found all these great ideas for my kids' birthday parties and baby showers and weddings that were coming up. And I was like, this is just the best thing. And then I discovered shortly after that I can connect my blog to Pinterest and get free traffic from it, which blew my mind, because prior to that, it was a lot of focus on SEO, which it still should be, and is always. SEO is always a huge part of everything, even on Pinterest. But I had no other background in how else I can get traffic, right? I didn't even know about email marketing. Like, I really didn't, nothing. Like, I'm brand new. So the idea that I can create a pin and drive traffic from that pin to my site was mind-blowing. But it made perfect sense, because I had been already using Pinterest for so long. So I started to do it for myself. I started to do it for clients. And then I decided, I love this platform, always have. I love to create. Even as a teacher, I created like millions of worksheets, right? Like, I was just always creating worksheets, and creating pins are just like pretty much the same thing, like visual graphics and infographics. So I was like, I can build my business off of this. This is so absolutely cool. Oh my gosh. So yep, sure enough, I actually took a Pinterest VA course, loved it, got some more, just education behind me in that realm, because I'm all about learning, constantly growing. And yeah, it just grew from there. I started pitching, getting clients, and now I have an amazing business that does both services for people, and people are getting free traffic to their site. So it's been an amazing journey. So I'm really blessed, always looking to scale and move. So moving into courses very shortly. And yeah, it's been great. It's been so good.
That's so much fun. I think about like the first time I pinned something from my blog onto Pinterest, and it's one of those things where I really wish I had understood the value of it, because it was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I remember I used it as a way. It was one of my first lead magnets. It was the first thing I did as a freebie. I was in network marketing, and I was working with Young Living essential oils, and I put together 101 uses for essential oils. It was my first download PDF ebook type thing, right?
Yes.
And I was so proud of it, and I actually grew my list. I was really shocked, because I put it out there not really knowing what I was doing, and I probably grew my list to about 150 at that time, just from people finding it and downloading it. Well, and then the industry, kind of came under scrutiny, and you couldn't put out there the things that I had in there.
Yes, so, it did, yeah.
And so I had to take it down. And, but I remember, like, after I had taken it down off my site, getting like messages, like people would email, like, can I still get this? Like they would still try to find out how to reach out to me even when I had taken it down. And I wish I had understood the gold I was sitting on right then. I didn't. I just took it down, and I'm like, well, I don't know, But I wish I had taken the time to really that worked.
That worked.
Do more, do more, but do it in compliance now, Yes. And I did have a couple others out there, but yeah, man, I missed out years ago. There was so much that I could have done there, because that one really did. It did well. It did well. I was
amazing.
Really surprised. And imagine if I had charged for it,
I know. I was just thinking of the same thing. I know. Imagine.
Well, like you and me, both of us are very, very much like, we're just going to go in and figure it out, and, and because I know I've had my own website for, I don't even remember, I don't know when, a really long time. I'm going to put it that way. It was just, the free website builder. It was Website Tonight on GoDaddy was my first website. And just learning, trying to figure it out on my own, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
It
so,
is.
so thankfully though, we are in an age where there is a lot of knowledge out there. We've learned a lot, and everything keeps growing and changing and all of that. And Pinterest is I would say still underutilized from
Yes.
a marketing standpoint. So
Mhm.
so for my audience, would you share kind of what are those key reasons why you should link your content to Pinterest?
Okay, so first and foremost, well, I mean, I don't want to put them in order of importance because I think they're all important reasons, but first, free traffic, right? So especially when you're just starting out in blogging or whatever within your business, growing your business, it's free. We're spending lots of money on a lot of different things when we first start out, I feel like, and there's very little that is free in the online entrepreneurial world. So yes, so Pinterest will get you free traffic. Without a doubt. You go on, you create 5 to 7 pins for that blog post that you've done, offer great, amazing value in your content. People will keep coming back. They will download that freebie. They will become members on your email list, subscribers rather, and it is by far, it works. It just works. The stats that I last looked at last month, I think it was 3 million monthly views on Pinterest right now. It just keeps going up. So it's probably different this month, but it was at 3 million monthly views. If you get that many people going on that platform in a month, I mean, that is all over the world. Possibilities of getting in front of your audience are so great, especially if you know who you're serving and you create, like I said, quality content. So free traffic, number one. Number two, expanding your reach. So I kind of just touched on that. There are those 3 million people on the platform every month. So you are not going to only just get traffic to your site, but you're going to expand your reach. So whether it's through your group boards that you join, through tribes on Tailwind, I've met so many people. And even like on the Pinterest platform, they also have where you can make comments on pins. You interact with people all the time. It is a great space to expand your reach. And then of course, turning those leads into actual sales for your business, right? So you're getting the free traffic, you're expanding your reach. And then once you've set up something really great in terms of getting an opt-in on your page or a freebie up on your page for people to kind of jump in on your email list, you can then create a pattern where you're now able to establish a relationship with that person and sell your product or service, whatever that might be. So it really is a good foundation for growth, whatever you're doing. It doesn't even matter the niche. It is an amazing foundation for growth. So, and then, of course, on Pinterest, there's always the option of paying for an ad on Pinterest and getting into an ad campaign, but you don't have to, but you absolutely, if you want to continue to extend your reach and once your business is growing through that organic traffic, I've moved a lot of clients onto paid campaigns, just like you would on Facebook. Another great opportunity to just continue making more conversions, more sales, more leads, connecting with people. Because Pinterest, I'm telling you, if you know Google a little bit, even just to say that it's a search engine, that is Pinterest. It's a search engine for your eyes. It's a visual search engine. It works the same way. Getting that SEO, it crawls. It's an algorithm. It crawls and it works the same exact way. So as long as you get those keywords in, you're creating content and you're consistent and you know who your audience is, you're going to get free traffic, leads that are going to lead to sales. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's a great platform.
I think one of the things that that we look for as business owners is, how do we get there fast? And there are some things that you have to just know that the long game is the better game. So when you compare, I don't even know, like if you were to compare free Facebook traffic to free Pinterest traffic, Pinterest probably actually ranks up there a little higher, if you're not looking at ads and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people think of Facebook's the place to be, but Facebook, you have to, hopefully you showed up in their news feed, right?
Right.
And it's going to be kind
Exactly.
of the same thing on Pinterest that, hopefully you show up when they just open it up and it gives you your thing, but everybody's searching for stuff. And if you can show up in that search, because I know you can use Facebook as a as search, but I rarely go out searching for things on Facebook, right? There.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so explain that a little bit about just how that search bar is your friend in
Yes.
Pinterest.
Would love to. So I'm going to just be completely transparent. I joined Pinterest first and Facebook like last May. Like I don't use Facebook. I am like a Facebook. I was like anti-Facebook only because I was a teacher and I thought I can't be on Facebook. Like, oh, my students are going to find me. That's icky. So I stayed off of Facebook for so many years. It's crazy how much I don't know about, like, in terms of Facebook all around in general, but I do know this, that you're not going to go to Facebook to search for things. You're going to go to a search engine, which is Pinterest. Because Pinterest is a visual search engine, people will go there more often than not because it brings up that visual image of what you're looking for. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? Like, I want to see what I'm looking, which is why when you type into Google, it'll come up with, like, it has that image key, right? Like, where you can see the images below, it'll come up with a few images for you because they know that people are visual learners. People love all things visual. So to answer your question, yeah, that search bar on Pinterest is huge. So I don't have a way of sharing my screen at this moment, but like, if you go onto Pinterest and at the very top it says search, right? You type in whatever you'd like, DIY home decor, it's going to bring up in your feed, boom, everything that has to do with DIY home decor. Now, if you happen to be a DIY home decor individual, that's your niche, your pin, if you have keyworded it correctly, and if the pin has done well overall, you have a pin image that's high quality, it's going to come up in that feed. It might not be the first fold, but it might be the second as you kind of move down the line there, on the scroll down the line. So it is super important to know that search bar well, because that search bar, for as visual as Pinterest is, you do need to keyword, and just like Google. So with Google, it's like keyword, right? SEO keyword first, and then maybe some images, it's content. Pinterest is the reverse. You've got the visual, and then you've got the keyword that comes right next to it. So just type in anything into that search bar and you'll see these colored tiles below that. Those colored tiles are going to tell you what people are searching for in conjunction with whatever you've typed in there. So if you type in money, you're going to see colored tiles come below that might be how to make money from home. Those are called long tail keywords, and that's what people are currently searching for. Use that to your advantage within your business to then develop new pins around that topic, or even blog posts around that topic. It's brilliant. It works
It's
so
kind of
well.
like it's kind of like the autofill on Google, where it's going to
Yeah.
automatically pop down,
Yes.
kind of start to finish your sentence for you. And that's what
Yeah.
those tiles do. They kind of finish the sentence for you.
They do. So like in comparison to Facebook, I have to say, I don't use Facebook I use it now for my business more so than I ever have. Just knowing that it's a component in there, it's another piece of the pie, if you will. But I'm not going to Facebook to search for things unless I'm searching for, I don't go to Facebook to search. I'm like, do I go to, nope, I go to Pinterest first. And then if I find someone on Pinterest that I want to follow, I might see if they have a Facebook page that I'm interested in, right? But it's always Pinterest first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think one of the other things with Pinterest, and that, being that visual thing, I think a lot of people, when they hear Pinterest, they do associate it with, DIY projects and crafting and all of that, but there is so much out there. And so if you're looking for business tips on something, you can go type in, how do I set up a WordPress website? And you're going to find pins related to that. How all of that, how do I create a brand? You're going to find pins related to that. So all the business stuff is out there too, ladies. So it's not just for the crafters.
It's not.
It's not
Actually, it's
the
not
crafters and the party planners.
For a long time, it was, that was the commonality, like the common theme, right? That people always thought that that's where you would go. And really, it was very popular. It still continues to be popular, but I have many clients in the personal finance niche, in the digital marketing niche, in the, you name it, blogging, huge. Again, you type in anything, you type in how to create a blog, WordPress, it comes up. Comes up with the tiles, what people are searching for. You can get information quickly through it. It is a very well-rounded, well-suited platform for anybody, for any niche, you name it. It really spans everything. So they've done a really great job at making sure that the pinner experience is encompasses everybody. It's just great. It's a great place.
Yeah, and I know there are some really good tools to help you with that experience from a business side. You know, I recently on my website installed a plugin called Social Warfare that helps with not creating the pin, but with making sure that when somebody goes to pin your blog post, the description that you want to have on there is the description that shows, that the picture that you want to have on there is the one that goes.
Yes,
so it's not
exactly.
you know, random and left up to the reader to do that. And I know for me as a consumer of content, if I want to go pin something, usually you know, I'll try to pick the prettiest picture or whatever if I get a selection of pictures to choose from.
Yeah.
But I rarely go and type anything else in, so I'm not going and adding a description or anything. And so I know for me, I'm learning how to use social warfare, but now that I've gone through it a couple of times, it's not too hard. It's not that difficult. But I like that I have that ability to go ahead and have everything pre-filled. It's got my keywords. It's got what I need in it, so that if somebody has pinned it, then somebody else searching for that same topic, they're more likely to be able to find that. And of course, the more that it's pinned by other people, the higher on that scale, just like a Google search, the higher on the page it gets. And so that I know has been really helpful, because I was trying, before I put that particular plugin on my site, I was still trying to figure out, like, how do I make all of those things happen? Right.
Right. Yes.
How do I do that?
How do I make sure? Yes. The plugins are huge. I think social warfare is probably one of the more popular ones and well-known in terms of like just ease of use and everything on there. So absolutely.
And it's not just for Pinterest, but I like that it does have that specific spot for Pinterest, because it's for Facebook shares, LinkedIn shares, Twitter, it covers all of them, all kinds. There's a whole bunch of them that I've never even heard of where you can share it. Yes. But it's covered there. And then the other thing you mentioned it briefly was Tailwind. So tell us just a little bit about that software itself.
Okay, so I love Tailwind. I'm a big proponent of Tailwind. So Tailwind is a scheduler for Instagram and for Pinterest, actually. You can use it for both. And it really optimizes the time that your audience is actually on Pinterest. It'll kind of optimize it. Once you connect your Pinterest account to Tailwind, it optimizes and checks to see when people are most active and engaged with your pins, and creates a time slot to which then you just easily schedule your pin over into that time slot. And at 2 a.m., you're getting leads. Like, you're sleeping and you're getting leads. It's an amazing platform for scheduling, for ease of use, as well as connecting with other people through tribes. And tribes are just groups of people who have similar content as you, not necessarily in direct competition, but similar content. Sometimes they are, like, they're in that directly same niche. They might write the same blog post, but it's great to connect with these people. It's great to link in with these people because, again, you can share their pin, give your audience some other information that maybe you don't have, or get ideas from these other people as well. It's really good. And I've had such great experience with people in tribes. Everybody has been super helpful. It really is like a nice little community on Tailwind. So just an added feature there. Aside from those two things, the ease of use and scheduling and the tribes is, of course, the analytics. So you can connect your Google Analytics to Tailwind, sync those together, and you've got a nice little, like, data pool, if you will, nice little chart that will tell you how many link clicks you're getting. It'll rank your top pins. It tells you board insights, which are super important. Board insights are how well are your group boards performing? Should you be pinning to this group board? Because let me tell you, you don't want to spend your time pinning all of these things to a group board, your content's just sitting there. Or worse off, Pinterest finds the group board to be kind of spammy and underranks your pins. Like it's amazing. So a lot of data comes out of Tailwind that's helpful to you as a marketer. You would of course use your Google Analytics for data, Pinterest Analytics, and then Tailwind, and just kind of take an overview. You know, it doesn't have to be every day. Don't do it every day. It'll drive you nuts because the stats go up and down. You're going to be tempted to look at them every day. Don't. So I would say every 14 days, like take a look, or, you know, at most once a week, take a look at your high performing pins on Pinterest. But in terms of Tailwind Analytics, you know, check them out every 14 days, see how things are going. They pretty much align with Google Analytics, so you'll see the similarities there. So the top pins there, you'll check your Google Analytics, are usually the top pins in Google Analytics as well. So it's nice that they're synced, number one, and that they provide added information for you to kind of create your own Pinterest strategy, which is hugely important in success on the platform.
Yeah. That's really interesting because I didn't know like any of that as far as the analytics side of Tailwind. It's one of those things where I've got the program and I've played with it twice maybe, and it's like, I'll get to it, you know?
Yeah. So. Oh, I know. Listen, if you get to just the scheduling, just use it for scheduling. Later on, you want to check out those analytics. It comes down, trust me, I know there's a lot of little pieces here working. I think the biggest thing is that pin creation and getting that scheduling set up so that it's automated for you. So that's one less thing you have to worry about.
That's what I'm excited about, because I'm all about scheduling ahead, getting things scheduled ahead.
When developing your strategy, wait 30 days. Like if you're like, I got the pin creation, got those 5 pins and I've scheduled them, congratulate yourself, because that is huge. And now continue to make that awesome content. And then at the end of the month, look at those analytics, spend 20 minutes and just click the analytics button just to see what it looks like, you know. Definitely no overwhelm with that. Just another tool you can use, right?
Right. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much. That was a whole lot. Good. from why to use Pinterest, and then some tools that will help you use Pinterest more efficiently.
Yes.
I thought it was kind of important to talk about some of those as you were talking. I was like, you know, because it can be very overwhelming as you're trying to figure out, well, now I got to schedule stuff on Instagram, and I got to schedule stuff on Facebook. Oh, now I got to schedule stuff on Pinterest. And I know one of the things that I will, you know, say is definitely, you know, pick one, get good at it, get a rhythm to it, then add another one, get a rhythm to it, then add another one. So that's why for me, Pinterest is kind of just now really, like, I've done some manually pinning directly to Pinterest. I've done some where I've just posted my blog and used my you know, Pinterest button on my blog to put it out there. You know, and so for me, you know, Tailwind is, it is something that I have, and I haven't gotten into it yet because I've still been trying to work on just getting the consistency with the others. And so hopefully this doesn't overwhelm you. If you're ready for Pinterest though, man, this is it. Because
I know.
You, I love the fact that just like with Google, it's a search engine. And so the content doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. You know, it's being found because people are searching for it. So therefore they're more likely to actually click through, look at it, read it, then click through and take that next step with you, because you've provided, like Courtney said, good content that has delivered on the promise you said in your little image of what you were going to give them. And so now you've built that rapport with them, and they'll probably go and click on another blog post and another blog post and get to know you even more if you've been really helpful in that original one that they found you with. But that's what's exciting to me with Pinterest, is just that life of a pin is so much longer than the life of an Instagram post, or, man, especially a story, right?
Yes. So much longer. And a PS, like, I just joined Instagram not too long ago either. I think I'm like on my 4th month of Instagram. I'm like, and hey, it's not because I'm anti-social media. I know it sounds that way, but Pinterest is like, I love that platform. So I'm so focused there. But again, like you said, it's important to know that Pinterest isn't at the whim of some like algorithm necessarily. It's your pin is out there, and it continues to stay out there. It will continue to generate traffic for you, which is amazing. Like, it's just so amazing. So start by just creating a pin and see where it goes, right? Like, just start there. Even if Tailwind, if you're like, oh my gosh, that's the second thing I have to do. Nope. Just start on the platform. Open up that business account, explore it, have fun with it, because it's a fun platform. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to getting more out there and getting to a point where I am consistent with it as well. And I think, honestly, for me, like, Instagram is the one that I don't pay as much attention to. I do put stuff out there, but I don't think of it as much. So Facebook is where I've been. It's where I feel most comfortable. I'm comfortable on Instagram, but it's not priority. But I think Pinterest is going to take priority over Instagram, even for me, just because of the potential and the purpose behind it. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So something that I ask all of my guests, and so I'm going to ask you as well, is what does it mean to you to let God lead in your life and business?
So I've always considered myself to have a very close relationship with God. And that is not to say that I go to church every Sunday. It is to say that I pray, and that I believe, and that I know the power of prayer. So for me, I'm Catholic by faith. So for me, it means quite a few things. So in order to function, literally, for me to function every day, I need to wake up with a grateful heart to God, and having that center every morning of, I get up, go to my back window in my house, and I just sit there for 30 seconds. If the kids happen to be up, they do. They're just running in the background. I just tune it all out, and I have a conversation with God, and literally it's 30 seconds. Like, some days it can be maybe a full minute, maybe 4 minutes, whatever I can do. But at bare minimum, it's 30. I've always told myself 30 seconds. And it's just so that I can speak to God, speak to Jesus, and let them know how grateful I am for the clients that I have, for the people that I've met in my coaching group, for the interactions I'm having, because these are all gifts, and they're gifts from God. So to know that my health, my family, and my business are all centered around gifts that are gifts from God, that are all centered and coming from God, it's what drives me every day, starting with a grateful heart to God, recognizing those gifts. And then as I go through my day, as entrepreneurs, we have days, right? Like, that are maybe not as planned. Maybe I had like 4 things and not one was touched because life. Sometimes I need to take a step within my day, take a step back and talk to God again to get a breath, right? So He's there for the good, and he's there for those bumps, because my bumps come as an entrepreneur, as a mama, as someone I never would have thought of myself as an entrepreneur. Some people I know were like born entrepreneurs, like, this is what I'm doing. And this is like my husband, born entrepreneur. Like, he knew, like, that was, if you'd have told me 6 years ago, 7 years ago, you would be an entrepreneur, I would have been like, right, like, that is not happening. I don't know what you're talking about right now, but I have my master's degree in education, and this is what I'm called to do. Life is so amazingly funny. I feel so blessed, because God called me to do that, but he called me also to teach entrepreneurs. So I'm like, following my calling, like, I'm giving, and it's beautiful to have these conversations with God in the morning and in the middle of the day when mama needs a breath. So to have a God-centered focus, I can't picture myself without it. It is my rock. It is when everything is not quite solid, that is, right? My faith, Jesus, God is solid. I can return to that at any point, and it's there. You know, I can't even picture not having a God-centered business.
That's beautiful.
It's been life-changing. So, from a young age, I've been very God-centered, but I have to say, as an individual, you know, sometimes lose the way and forget. We all get very busy, but try to remember, like, when it happens, like the noise happens. And I think, Stephanie, when we had a session not too long ago, you reminded me how important the silence is, like just sitting and getting to that place. And man, that was huge. Like, as much as I have that 30 seconds, and sometimes in the middle of the day, I have that moment where I know to like, that session with you reminded me even more of the importance of, like, you need to do this. Like, you need to take those seconds, those moments, whether you're a mompreneur, whether you are, you know, whatever distractions you have, running several businesses, running one business, just running your house, whatever you've got going on in your life, you need to bring it back and just bring it back to that most basic but most important thing, because it does sound really simple, but it's so crucial. It's so crucial.
It is, and it's so easy to get distracted and let yourself stay distracted or let yourself stay in the overwhelm. I actually ran into that kind of earlier today. I had, like, I don't know, 6 things going through my head. If I need to do this and this and this and like, I don't even know which one I need to start with because they're kind of all intertwined and all of this. And I remember I walked into the kitchen and I told my husband, I'm like, I have too many things on my mind and don't know where to start. I'm going to have a snack. You know, it's like,
yes.
I'm going to go have some quiet time and I'm just going to have a snack. I'm just going to sit. And then I'll go back to my desk. And, you know, and in that time, as I walk back to my desk, it's like, okay, Holy Spirit, where do I start?
Exactly. And it's amazing because the Holy Spirit, God, Jesus, will lead you. Like, if you just gotta let it go for a few moments or however long you need, take it, let you feel the feelings, sit, feel those feelings, and then go back to God. And then you'll be able to get, it's an amazing thing. Like, it's crucial. It's absolutely crucial in order to function in that way. Like, so important.
Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate your honesty on that and just how, you know, just how you integrate that in every day. And, you know, it doesn't have to be in your business. It doesn't have to be showing outwardly in your, you know, to, like, on your website and things like that. But it's how you're doing business in your heart, right? It's how you're doing business on the back end. That's so important. Yeah. So tell us how we can connect with you.
Okay, great. So yes, so whatever your need might be, or just want some coaching, or if you'd like coaching on Pinterest, coaching on content writing, whatever your need might be, done for you services. We do a whole bunch of different things. So we have a website that we have relaunched, which is very exciting, at seasidecreatives.com. I can put it somewhere or drop it down wherever you'd like. So yeah, that is where you can connect with us, or do seasidecreatives at gmail.com as well. You can always email me or catch me on Facebook. I'm actually there. I know we are there on our Facebook page, our business page. But I don't have a group yet. I'm working on that side. As you know, a little slow on the Facebook, but definitely on Pinterest as well. So you can see us on Pinterest as well. So a couple different ways.
And I will drop the link to her website in the show notes and below the video. You also have a free download that we can get from you that is Pinterest hacks. So tell me about that real quick.
Yes. So this cheat sheet is amazing. It is, especially if you're just starting off in Pinterest, or if you need a refresher on some ideas on what you should do to kind of kickstart your traffic again. It is a quick sheet. You can print it. You can just keep it, download it on your computer. It goes over, you know, some keyword ideas that you can use, which is really important on Pinterest, and just quick and easy ways to get that traffic up and running. So definitely check it out. Super important to start off your Pinterest traffic explosion.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Courtney.
Welcome.
You just like packed us full with all kinds of information around Pinterest. And like I mentioned, it really is, I think, very undervalued as a traffic source for your business, and a way to get more subscribers on your email list, and the right ones, because they found you by looking for what you had already. Instead of just happen to follow you because of something that, you know, some random thing you put on there, like I'm eating ice cream. They've actually searched for what you have and you showed up and they followed through. And that's the big difference, is they are now truly a qualified lead, right?
Yes. Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. I'm so very blessed to be invited and come on and talk to you about everything. I'm just so blessed. So thank you. I really enjoyed being on the show and just having the opportunity to talk with you today.
Well, I hope you were taking notes today. That was a lot. So many great tips and reasons to be using Pinterest in your business. And I hope you go back and listen a second time, because there's just so much there. Pinterest isn't just for crafts. It isn't just for party planning. You can use it so effectively in your business to get your content in front of way more people than you ever would unless you're paying for ads. I'm gonna put it that way. Getting it in front of people for free. And who doesn't want to do that, right? Courtney has a free cheat sheet that you can get on her site, and I'll drop the link in the show notes. But you can get this cheat sheet and it will help you with some actionable tips, strategy that works. You can avoid the guesswork so that you can start using Pinterest today to start promoting your content and get it out in front of more people. And if you need some help with your personal brand, man, that's what I'm here for. So join me over on my website, empoweredcreativitycoach.com/cheat sheet, and grab my cheat sheet for building your personal brand that will attract your ideal clients like a magnet. They'll be looking for you because you have developed a brand that draws them in. So when you're putting your stuff out there and you're using Pinterest to get your content out, you have created it in a way that is attractive and they just can't help but click on it. And it's not just because of the imagery. There's so much more that goes back behind it that tells your story, your brand, and that's what's going to draw people in. They're going to feel it through the imagery. Grab your cheat sheet, empoweredcreativitycoach.com/cheat sheet.
I was like, how do I put this into words? Like, and I'm like, you know what? There are no words. And that's exactly what I'm gonna say. There are no words. Like, I've been sitting with this, like, there are literally no words. You have to have a session with Stephanie. Like, it doesn't, yeah. Like, and I know we came up with some fun words like soul, like cleansing, soul shower, and like just uplifting and all these things, but people have got to see you without a doubt. They absolutely do. Like, they have to come see you.